+1. Happy New Year. It is 2020. Before we go any further, click like, subscribe, share, and don't forget, if you haven't already, visit www.lifemattersplusone.com. There you can purchase items that help go in support and efforts to end the mental health stigma. Also there you can get information about the AL Opponent Support Group, as well as watch the latest video that is posted and access the YouTube channel through there. So with it being the new year and everybody's kind of getting that fresh start, maybe even making resolutions, I just want you to remember in 2020, your mental health. Don't forget your mental health and don't neglect it. Over the holidays, we get laxed and we may find ourselves giving of ourselves during the season of giving. So be sure to pour back into yourself. I know for me, over the holidays, it's a time I look forward to. One, to gather, be with family, be with friends, kind of reflect on the entire year. It's a time that whether you take extended time or not, you do get some time off from work. And I know I get a little lazy. I get very relaxed. I get very comfortable. I don't eat the best because I'm enjoying all the holiday treats, especially at work. Yeah, people bringing stuff like every day. So that being said, I think it's important, going to the new year to kind of, you got to get back in the swing of things. Come out of that sad season that some of you may have been in, which is a seasonal, depression, because of that time of year is rough, whether it's, just being apart from friends, being apart from family, remembering that, lost loved one, or not being able to be with that particular loved one. So it's kind of a time to, in the beginning of that new year, is to not let yourself sink any deeper, but kind of push past that and know that you have a whole nother year ahead of you. And through the holiday season, you find yourself connecting with a lot of people. Try to maintain those connections. Maybe you've reconnected with some people, but be mindful in doing so that you're maintaining healthy and striving relationship. Maybe you want to use this time going into the new year to not take some of those toxic, negative relationships, into 2020 with you. And that's not to say to just, cut people off cold turkey, but maybe lessen the amount of time and energy that you give to those people if they're not benefiting you in a positive way and uplifting you and your spirits. And just keep a positive mindset. Remember, perspective is everything. Even in the worst case scenarios, even in bad situations, there's some good in it. There's some lesson to have been learned in it. While it may not feel good, it may hurt, you gotta know that that'll pass, and there's more to come that's good and that's better. And I know that there's controversies to God putting more in you than you can bear. Some people say, well, that's what he says, but I can't bear this. I think there's truth to it, because whether you think you can bear it or not, if you're living and breathing and working through that thing and dealing with that thing, you're bearing it, right? So just know that, keep that in mind. Remember, self-care. In the holiday season, like I said, you find yourself giving a lot of yourself, right? You're going this way and that way and, satisfying other people through whatever means that you're doing that. So don't forget that self-care. Go back to those things that you enjoy. I know for me, I've told myself, like, this year I gotta go hard when it comes to that. Because there's a lot of times where I'm guilty of, neglecting my self-care. And in 2020, I wanna make sure I do that, because the better I am, the better I can be to my friends, the better I can be to my family, and they deserve, the best of me, and I can't give them the best of me if I'm not taking care of me. And that may mean starting back working out. because you laid off in holidays. I'm guilty of that, and I'm trying to get back on that. You know, eating a little healthier, putting the treats away. I know that I want to start. I can't remember all the years behind me if I've done something different or new every year, but I want to start doing something that I've never done before every year. And last year, the one thing I did that I had never done before was I zip line. And I don't know what it is this year that I want to do, but I know I want to do something this year that I've never done before. So that's kind of something in self-care of me doing, is trying new things. So I'll let y'all know whatever that is when I do it. And you know, let's not fall back into, you know, comparing ourselves to others. And because again, now that the holidays is kind of winding down, in reality, so to speak, is kind of sitting back in, and we may be looking at life and other people, and people on their new year, new me, right? Maybe take a break from social media if that's a place you constantly see where you're doing that at. And if you don't necessarily want to take a break from social media, limit your time on it, limit your access to certain things. And if it's negative and toxic posts that you're normally finding yourself looking at, find a way to unfollow, block yourself, whatever you got to do, so that you're constantly pumping in positive vibes into your life. And I think the last thing I would want to touch on is, again, if life just becomes too much to bear, please seek help. Whether you go to a friend, whether you go to a family member, a co-worker, please seek help before worst case scenario happens, or things get worse and spiral out of control. I think of all these things to put back at the forefront of our mental health in 2020 is when all those things may not work, or all those things you're doing but you feel like you just need a little something else, or if those negative thoughts come more than often and you can't shake it more than often, or you start having feelings of harming yourself, harming somebody else, and you're better off dead than alive, and if suicidal thoughts creep in, please seek some help. So I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. It is 2020. Let's get out there. Let's get it. 2020 vision. You got this. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to visit www.lifemattersplusone.com.